Hey, welcome back, campers. Once again, it's Mr. McDaniel. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whatever time it is that you're viewing this video, you got an opportunity, a great opportunity in this summer camp to be exposed to a wealth of information related to the standards that are directly related to your Florida State assessment for reading and math. So we're covering math today, and we're going to continue in the area of expressions and equations, and we're going to talk about solving one-step inequalities. It's important, vocabulary is important. Inequalities meaning not equal, but in particular, the concept you have to be familiar with when we talk about solving one step, meaning we're going to solve it. We're going to simplify, we're going to solve it. You have to be familiar with the concept of inverse operation, which we've reviewed. But what is inverse operation? It means the opposite. Inverse means opposite. So when you have your shirt inside out, you have it the opposite way that it should be. So inverse operation is doing the opposite. And so with math, there are only 4 basic math operations: addition and multiplication, subtraction, and division. The opposite of addition is subtraction. The opposite of multiplication is division. The opposite of subtraction is addition. The opposite of division is multiplication. So you have to be prepared to understand when you have to do an inverse operation. It's important. But when we talk about inequalities, we talk about these particular signs right here. Greater than, when it's pointed to the right, it means greater than. When it's pointed to the left, it means less than. So this is right, and that's left. All right, and then pointed to the right with a sign underneath it means greater than and equal to. So greater than and equal to, and this is less than and equal to when pointing to the left. So I want to emphasize one particular point because I know you've heard this maybe from some teacher about alligator mouths. These are not alligator mouths. These are just symbols. That's all they are. They're just mathematical symbols, because this symbol right here, you're familiar with. It's an equal sign. I don't have to know what you call this, a sandwich. It's just an equal sign. Don't make it out to be more than what it is. And if you master these just basic standard understanding of what these signs mean, when the sign is this is the front, when it's pointing to the right, it means greater than. There's a greater amount of right-handed people in the world, greater than it is left-handed people in the world. There's a less than amount of left-handed people in the world than it is. So when the arrow's pointing to the left, less than, less. When it's pointing to the right with a line underneath, that represents equal to, greater than and equal to, less than and equal to. It's also important that you're familiar with the use of the number line when you think about plotting something out, and a circle or a shaded in spot on the number line, which represents it's included or it's not included. So it's important that you identify these 2 markers also. But let's look at an example of a problem and evaluate this. B plus 5 is less than or equal to 7. In solving this, we have to use the inverse operation. Over here, we're adding. So to get rid of this 5 and leave us with the variable b, we have to do the opposite of addition to cancel this out, which is subtraction. Bam. So but whatever we do over here, we have to do over here. So if we subtract the 5 from here, we must subtract 5 on this side of the balance sheet also, of this side of the equation. So this goes from 7 subtracted by 5 down to 2. So we know that b is either less than or equal to 2. So that means 2 is included in solving that problem, so it will be bubbled in. So if this was 2 on the number line, any number to the left over here, which will be 1, 0, and negative numbers, can be put into this equation to make this a true statement. So let's say, for example, let's put 2 right here for b. 2 plus 5 is less than or equal to 7. That's true. We could put 1 there. 1 plus 5 is less than or equal to 7. It's less than. So this gives you 2 choices versus just straight equal to or less than or greater than. So it's important that you remember, in looking at inequalities, that these symbols, that's all they are. They're not alligator mouths. Greater than to the right, less than to the left. Greater than, not equal to. Greater than and equal to the right, less than and equal to the left, or we get just equal to, and then we have this one with a line through, meaning just not equal to. We haven't gotten to that point yet, which is the easy one to solve for. So once again, we're covering this expressions and equations. Just a reminder, please do your pre-test for math and reading. And remember, this week is Diversity Week. Treat everybody else with respect. We live in a great country. Be great within it. Take care.